Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, Jains, Christians, who want that? Everybody. Okay, let us not forget this. If this is what everybody seeks, which means that we are all united, we are all one. We forget that. We forget what we are seeking. Because we forget what we are seeking, we see something which is the difference. Then that becomes the priority. And then the wars, tension, all these things, corruption, terrorism, all these things happen, all because of not seeing this true nature. That in a nutshell, we all seek to get rid of all forms of fear, and we all seek to embrace infinite happiness, infinite ease. This is the reality. Any system that takes you closer towards that, that is your dharma practice. That should be your religion. It is not whether you're the believer or the non-believer, it doesn't matter. Any system that takes you to closer towards that aspiration, that is your path. I wouldn't even use the word religion. I would say that is your path. That is your path. Okay, so with this in mind, say, what attracts? While I don't want the fears, I get so much of fear, which means that I attract fear. I have the magnet inside to attract fear. What attracts the fear is the solid dirt, mental dirt, afflictive obscurations. Afflictive obscurations attract all the fears. And what pushes away the happiness is the cognitive obscurations. That pushes away our happiness. Still it is vague, I know. Still it is a little vague, I know. Okay, now, okay, let's say that Delhi in the month of August is very humid. In Israel, when is it humid?
In Tel Aviv, yes. In Jerusalem, no.
Okay, Tel Aviv, yes. Jerusalem, no. Tel Aviv is humid? Okay, so I come from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv. It's humid. What should my reaction? What should be my reaction? Complain?
Yeah.
Or express joy?
Right.
Wow, what a free sauna. Amazing. In Jerusalem, I don't have this. I have to go to pay for the sauna. In Tel Aviv, it's free. 24 hours. It's beautiful, amazing. I'm so lucky to be in Tel Aviv. Right? From Tel Aviv, you go to Jerusalem. There's no noise. I'm so lucky that I don't have to suffer the humidity. I'm so lucky. Whereas, you go there now, I have to pay for sauna. Right? So look, this is when you experience ease, when you experience fear, this is not really determined by external factors. It is determined by your thinking. External factor remains the same, but some people feel joy, other people feel the pain. So is this something internal? Right? This is so important for us to know that. Now, if this is internal, your true nature is forever fearless, forever having expansive happiness. But why you are, attracting, why you are having this fear, why you are having this unease in your mind? Because something is inside. When there's a magnet, the unfiled is bound to be attracted. When there's something inside, the fear and these things are bound to be attracted. What is inside me that attracts the fear and so forth? Okay, so this, what attracts the fears is known as the afflictive obscurations. To make it very precise, afflictive obscurations is of three kinds. It's of three kinds, afflictive obscurations. The solid dirt in the mind. So once you identify these, our job is to get rid of these. And then you will see that you become a very, say, under any situation, you become very calm, peaceful person, not easily agitated. This is so important. Okay, so my friends who are with me for the last like 2 years, you know this, but those who are new, it's very important for us. Okay, just stretch your arms. All of us stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. Okay. What happened? What happened? Okay, some of you might have, he must be performing some magic. No, there's no magic there. Just two hands come together, sound is erupted. This sound is the metaphor for all the fears in our life. And this sound, just as this sound is the outcome of the two hands coming together, all the fear in our life is the outcome of the two factors, external factors and the internal factors. Let us not forget this. Just as the sound of the clap comes into being goes with two hands, it is because of the two external factors, the external factors and the internal factors, that our fears are erupted. Okay, so your question, what are the external factors? External factors we know, for example, let's say the lady here said that the pain of seeing the problem with your child, and the lady over there, the pain of seeing the loss of one's mother, your child, family members, and they say whatever, the humidity and so forth, they are all external factors. They're all external factors. External factors is symbolized by one hand, and the internal factors symbolized by the other hand. Though the external factors are there, if the internal factor is missing, the sound of the clap stops. Finally, our job is to get rid of the sound of the clap. Finally, our job is to get rid of the fears, which is symbolized by the sound of the clap. Our job is to get rid of the sound of the clap. Okay. So to get rid of the sound of the clap, we need to either get rid of the right hand or the left hand. Either we have to get rid of the external factors or the internal factors. And tell me, on the external factors, okay, we'll do a quick exercise here. Quick exercise. It's going to be a little bit of mathematical calculation. Right? Ready? Give an answer only when I asked you to give an answer. Till then, you do the calculation mentally. Okay, ready? 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 1. What's the answer?
12.
What's the answer?
12.
Amazing. Okay, now let's do it again. Ready? 2 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 minus 1 plus 2. What's the answer? No. No. What's the answer? Why not? It's very simple mathematics. Why did you succeed in giving the answer in the first case, and why did you fail to give the answer in the second case? Why? Very quick, somebody.
No, but slow and fast.
Huh?
Cognitive abilities.
Cognitive abilities. Anybody else?
Slow and fast.
Yes.
You speak very fast the second time, so...
Okay, the second time. How many agree with me? How many agree with your name?
Ronit.
Ronit.
Yeah.
Okay, how many agree with Ronit? That in the second case, I said it very fast. Raise hands. Okay. I said it very fast. I agree with you. Your mind works very slow. I agree with you. How many agree with me? Then I said fast and your mind works slow. How many agree with me? Good. But you said fast. Both are responsible. Of the two, the blame goes only to one side. You said it fast. You're getting it? This is how our mind is addicted. Look, only blaming external factors. This is how our mind is addicted. So our job is fine. It's not that you have to, you must not look for, must not blame external factors. No, you can blame external factors. And finally the job is to get into the sound. Finally your job is to get into the sound. Either you remove left, right hand or the left hand. Your job is to get into the sound. If the sound of the fear stops through blaming external factors, do it, no problem. That becomes your path. Whereas, if it is only through blaming internal factors that your fears stop, do it. That is your path. Finally, let us not forget these two basic premises, agendas. One is, be kind to yourself. Number two is, be wisely kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself means do something, somehow stop the fears. That is how to be kind to yourself. Stop the fears and give yourself the maximum ease. That is the meaning of be kind to yourself. Number two, be wise. What is number two? Be wisely kind to yourself, which means that number one is the resultant state. Get rid of fears and have the maximum happiness. Number two, be wisely kind to yourself is the causal state. Causal state. If you really want to be kind to yourself, do those things which will actually give rise to happiness and stop those things which will actually give rise to fears in life. That's the causal state. Okay, so with this, say the point is that we should not. Okay, it is the religion, it is the spirituality, that we should be nice. We should not blame outside. We should blame inside. No. Finally, be kind to yourself. Don't put yourself in the prison of fears, even in the prison of religion. Free yourself from any form of prisons. Right? That is your path. For this matter, by blaming outside, if it releases you from the prison, do it. Okay, how many of us we have been blaming outside in our life? Blaming external factors in our life. We are so expert in this. We are so expert in pointing a finger to external factors, right? And how many are succeeded in getting rid of our fears by pointing our fingers outside? How many succeeded? Nobody succeeded. You're getting it? Now the reality is, finally, how to be wisely kind to yourself is either blame the external factors or blame the internal factors. Finally, the sound of the fear should stop. The sound of the misery should stop. Right? Okay, thus far, we are more expert than Jesus Christ. How to blame external factors. We are more expert than the Buddha. We are more expert than all these great teachers. But we never succeeded in getting rid of our fears. Now, it's high time for us to reconsider or revolutionize that thinking. Instead of the two hands, external, this is, in terms of number, it's innumerable. How many external factors are there? How many external factors are there? Endlessly many, right? Endlessly many. Say, if we don't have a shopping mall around, we are miserable. If we have a shopping mall around, again we are miserable. Right? We don't know which to choose. If you're by yourself, you're miserable. I'm so lonely. If you're with other people, again you are miserable. I have no privacy. Right? This is the reality. So the external factors, they're innumerable, endlessly. Right? You remove the external factors, remove the external factors, become another external factor. Okay, now the wisest thing to do is, okay, that part I already experimented. All these whole life I experimented and it's not success. Now why not we succeed? Why we not experiment the other way to get into the internal factors? What did I say? Why not we experiment with getting rid of the internal factors? Okay, let us commit. Okay, from today onwards for the 1 week, I'll try to say the experiment to get into the internal factors. What could be your next question? Hey, what could?
How do you build? What are they?
Very good, thank you. I thought Israelis, they bypass many things. Okay, this question. First, what are the internal factors and how to get rid of them? You getting it? What are the internal factors and how to get rid of them? Okay. So there, internal factors meaning which is inside us. Oftentimes, do you agree with me that people fall into extremes? One is going overly into external factors. Other, going overly into internal factors. Overly into external factors means indulgence. Indulgence, seeking happiness through indulgence. This is one problem. And then other, no, it's so bad. No, we should be disciplined. We should be like this. We should be like this. So much of rules, regulation, right? It's internal. Right? So if a mind is under control, then even if a car is coming running on me, car cannot do anything. That's too much. We should be very realistic. It's not one-sided. The problem is because of the two sides, external and internal. Keep in mind, external factors. Don't ignore the external factors. While you consider, while you put effort to tackle the internal factors, let us not ignore the external factors. For example, in the nights, make sure that your door is closed, right? Oh, nothing will happen, it's pure mental, oh, my money, anybody let them take, it's fine, find them on mine. This is one extreme. External factors do affect us. You getting it? When you reach to such a level of mental control, then no external factors can affect you. Finally, this is a job. This is a goal. No matter what external factors I meet with, my peace of mind is not stirred. This is the final goal. But let us not expect that goal happening tomorrow. So for that matter, till we reach that point where you reach such advancement, where your peace of mind is not stirred, because the true nature of your mind becomes manifest. When external dirts are removed completely, the mental dirts are removed completely, where your mind is not going to be affected by any external factor, till you reach that point, external factors do affect. So, make sure that you take care of the external factors. Run away from external factors. At night, close your doors, and then driving car, they drive with care, right? Drive with care. Okay, so, and then the health, take care of the health. These are so important things. Don't neglect these things. One. Number two is internal. Internal. So what are the internal factors? How to get into the internal factors? Two. Internal factors, generally speaking, in a very cursory form, I mentioned two. One is the gross one known as the afflictive obscurations, and the subtle one known as the cognitive obscurations. You getting it? And the gross one is at the root. The gross one is ignorance. Ignorance within us. Ignorance. And I'd like to explain on this a little bit how the ignorance as the root is at the root of attracting all the fears? Ignorance. What kind of ignorance? Right? Okay, this is one part. Then number two is self-centered attitude. Self-centered attitude. That I'm more important than others. Self-centered attitude. This is number two. These are the two main internal factors. These two come together, then can create many other emergent properties. For example, like manifest attachment, anger, jealousy, competitiveness, and the contemptuous, contempt, and all these destructive thoughts, they arise. Okay, so the one is what attracts all the fears is the afflictive obscurations, and at the root of the afflictive obscurations is the ignorance. And our job is to explore what kind of ignorance. What do you mean by ignorance? What is that ignorance? And once we identify that, the next job is how to overcome that. Right? Okay. And the next part is they say, why I want infinite happiness, infinite ease, but I don't get it. Why? I have that potential within me, but why I'm not having that is because there is a metal stain inside, which is known as the cognitive obscurations. And this cognitive obscurations manifests primarily in the form of self-centered attitude. This self-centered attitude pushes away my happiness, pushes away my ease. This is the reality. Okay. Before we go any further, any questions? Any questions before we go any further?
Why is it called cognitive obscuration?
Wow, okay. Good question. Say a mind is like the sun to illuminate every atom of the universe. Illuminate means to cognize. Illuminate means to know, to cognize. A mind has the capacity, the true nature of the mind, if it comes out, it literally can cognize all phenomena. So, whereas today, how many of you heard about E equals mc square? How many of you heard about this equation? E equals mc square. Okay, most of us. Very good. How many of you know how to derive this equation? How many of you know how to derive this equation? Okay, so which means that our mind does not cognize the derivation. We cognize the simple equation. We do not cognize the derivation. You getting it? While the true nature of mind, it cognizes every detail of the universe, including the derivation of the E equals mc square. So now, while this is the reality, but it does not manifest now because the cognitive obscurations to stop us from knowing, cognizing all phenomena is there within us. That the stain, the smell of the garlic, like the stain, that is the one which stops us from knowing, cognizing all phenomena simultaneously. Right? Okay. Any more questions before we move to the next? Yes.
Yeah, about the same notions of mental afflictions and cognitive. It seems to me that the notion of self is also in the affliction. It's like I don't identify with myself. I wouldn't care that it's too older, but I wouldn't be afraid of anything.
Oh, the sense of self is also involved there.
In the affliction.
In the afflictions.
Not only in the cognitive part. But like in the example of, you said that the fear is part of the afflictions. I think there is no fear without the sense of self.
Okay, this is a very good point made. Okay.
Can you repeat them?
Okay, the question is the sense of self. It is not only associated with the cognitive obscurations, it is also associated with the afflictive obscurations pertaining to the fear. Fear makes sense only if you have a great sense of self. Without that, the fear cannot possibly arise. So therefore it is associated also with the attracting fear, associated with the afflictive obscurations. This is what I'm saying? Very good. Extremely good question. Anyone? Any more questions? Okay, so this question, this is a very serious question. Very good question. Ignorance that we are talking about. Ignorance, which is at the core of the afflictive obscuration. What is that ignorance? It is technically referred to as the self-grasping ignorance. Ignorance, grasping at the objectified version of the self. In fact, what you are saying exactly is the meaning of the ignorance. Self-grasping ignorance. What is that? This is next journey, right? So for that matter, we are studying the three principles of the path. Three principal paths: enunciation, bodhicitta, and the wisdom of emptiness. Right? Okay, good. Any more questions? Okay. Now what we do is that so this mind, okay, at the moment is a little easy, and then slowly we go into the technicalities, but don't feel scared that okay, he will slowly gradually take me into the technicalities. Don't worry about that part. And some of you, I know that you have been into this for many years, so you already know many of the technicalities. And even the very senior ones meaning those who are exposed to this philosophy for many years, feel free to ask questions if you have your own questions, because your questions can help others, the newcomers also, greatly. Okay, with this, now tell me how a mind behaves. How a mind behaves? How many you know how your mind behaves? Raise your hands. Huh?
What do you mean know? Like knowing, what do you mean?
Mean, for example, say that okay, if I see somebody who's more successful, jealousy comes in me, right? And then say if somebody says, Dorji, you are wonderful, you feel excited. Dorji, what happened to you, right? Okay, one time what happened was that it was the dentist, and he will say, okay, nowadays I slow down my life, I'm already become old, I'm already 67. He started all the discussion. I did not start discussion. He said, I'm already 67. Then he asked me, how old are you? Usually this is not the people, don't touch this area. But then he just freely asked this question to me, how old are you? I said, I'm 70 years old. I was then in my 40s. And I said, I'm 70 years old. Then he said, no, you're not 70 years old. I said, yes, of course I'm 70 years old. He said, no, you're not 70 years old. Then I told him, guess my age. He said, maybe you are 65. Okay, so oftentimes, so now I'm 50, hitting 51, saying, if I'm 50, if there's 1 month to be 50, I'll say I'm 49 and 11 months. I don't want to say 50, right? I will say I'm 49.11 months, right? Okay, whereas if somebody says that, say, somebody hitting 50, and then said, you are not 70, you are 65, what is your reaction? Huh? It makes you sad. You're getting it, it makes you sad. Okay, no. Just this is how our mind behaves. Our mind behaves like a small child. Right? You give a toy, it's so happy. You pull at your toy, it's so unhappy. Right? This is how mind behaves. And when the toy is pulled back, then the mind behaves aggressively. You getting it? And you just praise the mind a little bit. Dorji, you are nice, right? And you just go into the cloud 9 or cloud 22. What is that? What is that expression?